Hello and welcome to Dr. Mumbi Spirituals. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. Beloved Kenyans, we made it. Somehow we avoided the major bullet of our lives. You see, a lot of people have been saying that Kenya had been chosen to become the guinea pig of the New World Order, the first nation, the trial nation, but it was deeper than that. Kenya was supposed to be the altar nation for the New World Order agenda. They were trying to use the anointing of Kenya, especially in this season, as a leading nation, as a revival nation, to hijack that anointing and to use all that energy, all that grace, all that power to launch the New World Order agenda. And they were going to use one of our very own, Arab Samoy, whose head they still have in a British museum. So that should tell you how much they control Nabi, because he chose that name for himself. Anyway, today's resignation of Maggie Dearest, Ambassador Meg Whitman, the US ambassador to Kenya, signals that the attempt to plant an altar here in Kenya has failed. In fact, on October 31st, there was a big black dinner, dark dinner by the Brotherhood. All the major players showed up in Kenya: Mossad, MI6, CIA. All had a secret meeting with Nabi. And there was apparently some kind of nene that went on at night. That's why they rushed to introduce Kinini on 1/1/1, the first day of the 11th month, trying to use that portal to cement him. The reason they were in such a rush is because of what is about to happen. Pluto is entering Aquarius. And I know for you guys who aren't too deep into astrology, Pluto represents like the revolution, the restoration, the reformation, the revival, however you want to put it. And they needed to have that happen before Pluto entered Aquarius, which is about to happen any day now. If they had managed to anchor the altar, then they would have pulled us in a different direction. But the fact that we prevailed in our hearts, in our minds, because I believe so much is being done, Baka energetic weapons. I believe a lot of things are being done to keep us docile, not just what we're seeing. But the fact that we prevailed in our hearts, we remained firm and we remained united, meant that the enemy was not able to take over Kenya. And there were two major signs. On the first of the 11th, did you see how Kinini was slapped around by those flags? And so many Kenyans picked that up. And they called it, so many Kenyans saw it. And they called it as it was, a rejection by the spirit of the nation for his appointment. And today, Ambassador Meg Whitman, the biggest supporter of Nabi internationally, his biggest sponsor, someone who had even gone against other Muzungu ambassadors, has been forced to resign, which confirms that the sacrifice that was done, that the rituals that were done, were rejected by the spirit of Kenya, because the spirit of Kenya is no longer in the hands of the politicians. You see, when we were divided, all these political leaders had done certain rituals that put them in position where they were commanding the voice of 5 million people. They were the kingpin of this and the king of that, and the leader of this community and the leader of that community, the prince of that community. These are not just labels. These are strongholds. But the minute we united, thanks to the Gen Z movement, all these guys were removed from their principalities. And the voice of the people became the voice that is now guiding and anchoring and deciding for Kenya. Thank God it is an intelligent voice. It is an exposed voice. It is a voice that is passionate for this nation. It is the voice that is filled with love and hope for where we can go as a people. That is the voice. Because the voice of the people is the voice of God. We are now moving into Pluto in Aquarius. It's going to be there for 20 years. Within that 20 years, Kenya is going to go through a magnificent transformation. All the energy that has been siphoned from us, that has been used to create other empires, will now be returning to us 100-fold. And we will finally be the Switzerland of the world, which is what we were supposed to be way, way, way back then. Because there is something here that others have known about. It has made other small nations, empires like the divided kingdom. But now the anointing is back with us. And we are ready to carry it with such grace. Welcome to the new Africa. Welcome to the new Kenya.